The marvel doesn't weave anew, it simply unravels. In doing so, it lifts the tangles blocking what already is. It adds no thread, only pulls away what's frayed. What it lifts has long since faded, yet held in recollection, it seems to ripple here and now. This tapestry unraveled ages ago. Its stitches no longer linger in the mind that once dreamed them with fleeting fondness. The marvel reveals their absence, showing what's truly gone casts no shadow. Clinging to an old knot only spins illusions of its presence, not its wake. The ripples of remorse are stilled here. Remorse has faded, its echoes drifted away, rootless. Why clutch it in memory if you don't crave its waves? Recollection bends like a lens, a backward glance at what's seen. It's a past replayed as if it hums now, still vivid to grasp. Memory, like sight, is a craft you shape to stand in for what the divine wove into you. Like all your makings, it can shift serving a brighter end, a tool for mending, not wounding. If you will it so, using it to mend asks no strain, just a nod that no gap begs filling. It's a memory that doesn't snag on truth, flowing free. The whispering light claims all tools for mending, stripped of the knots and aims you gave them. They're threads without a weave, awaiting their pull. They hold no vow, no direction. Whispering light can indeed thread memory, for the divine dwells there, not as a reel of yesterdays, but a pulse of this moment. You're so used to tying memory to what's gone, it's hard to see it can hold the now. The bounds this world sets on recall match those you let it drape over you. Memory doesn't tether to what was unless you will it there. It's your wish that binds it to a time where remorse seems to hover. The whispering light's weave of memory sidesteps time. It doesn't clutch the past, but lets it slip free. Memory carries the song it's given, humming as it's asked. It doesn't pen the tune or pick its echo. Like a frame, it's aimless alone. If it seems to cradle old grudges, replaying slates you hoarded, that's the song you chose, it sings what you bid. Locked in its folds, the frame's old tailies hide odd pairings to keep the past alive, the now dim. They wait for your call to rise and replay, their ripples swelling through time, though their roots have washed away. Yet time's just another tide that shifts nothing. It flows with all you wield to cloak your truth. It neither steals nor mends till you twist it, as if yesterday spun today, a tide fixed beyond change, because its source ebbed. Change needs a root that lasts, or it fades. No shift can bloom now if its spark lies behind. You wield memory to pin the past against the present, shield against the now, forget the lessons you mislearned. Why hold a tangled thread when a truer one awaits? When old grudges surface, see their roots are gone, you can't fathom their weave. Don't lend them a cause they never held. Rejoice they've faded, that's what you'd be freed from. Instead, greet the fresh tides of a cause embraced now, rippling here. Their beauty will catch you off, guard old seeds they bear will bloom as joyful echoes of a source too vast for your sighted memory to span. This is the source the whispering light holds for you when you let it slip. It's not past, it never left, for no moment saw the divine unmindful of it in you. Its waves feel fresh because you forgot their source, yet it never left your heart by the divine's will for his kin. What you recall never was, just a Drift you mistook for a tide, laughable once you see it bore no fruit. The marvel points to a source ever now, untouched by time or snag unchanging, and you its echo, as steady and whole as it is. Its memory doesn't linger in yesterdays or await tomorrows. It's not unveiled by marvels, only nudged awake. When you release it from your shadows, it shines undeniable. You who judge your maker can't see he didn't judge his kin. You mute his echoes, yet they've never hushed. No hour saw his kin blamed for a rootless drift against his will. Your memory's tale is but dread of the divine. He didn't sow what you fear, nor did you. Your purity's intact, you need no mending to mend. In stillness, let the marvel teach you to let the source sing its own echoes. Unhindered by your hands, the marvel drifts softly into a mind paused and calm, reaching from that hush to share its peace with others mended there. They'll join in stillness to let its light stretch back to the source, weaving all minds born of sharing. It knows no delay, flowing to every restless heart with a breath of quiet where the divine's memory dawns. Their own recall stills, and what rises in its place won't fully fade. He who's given time thanks you for each hushed moment offered for in it. The divine's memory shares its gifts with his kin, kept for them. How gladly he shares with the one they're held for, and the divine echoes his thanks, unwilling to lack his echoes. That quiet breath his kin takes welcomes eternity in him, letting them rest where they belong. In that breath his kin stirs. No fear. How swiftly the divine's memory blooms in a mind free of dread to block it. Old recall fades, no past looms to bar the joyful rise to now's peace. Eternity's chimes ring through the hush, unstirred. Fear's not remembered now, but the source it hid singing love's soft notes his kin recall from before their own echoes veiled now from then dot. Now his kin knows the present source and its gentle waves, seeing what they wove was rootless, bearing no fruit. They've stirred nothing, and in that they see no need to stir, nor ever did. Their source is its echoes, none other could spin a different then or yet. Its echoes are timeless, beyond dread, past this shadowed weave entirely. What's lost? In missing the rootless, where's loss when the divine's memory fills its void? What finer way to bridge the mirage reality gap than letting his memory tide across, a span crossed in a breath? The divine seals it with himself, his memory doesn't drift, abandoning his kin on a shore, eyeing another they can't reach. He wills them lifted over a bridge he built and bears them across. Fear not his will faltering or your place beyond. It untangling tide and echo no root. No ripples, yet without ripples, no root takes hold. A root's woven by its echoes. The divine's a maker through his kin. Echoes don't birth their root, but they affirm its pulse. So his kin threads makerhood to the divine, receiving the gift they've lent. As his kin, they too must weave. As he wove them, creation's circle spins endless, its dawn and dusk one, cradling all within. Boundless dot makerhood is weaving love stretches wide, purity flows free. The pure can't be boxed, thriving beyond bounds or bars. Purity isn't of the frame nor found where walls rise. The frame mends through its echoes, limitless as itself yet mending dawns when the mind's seen beyond the frame, its purity apart, where all mending hums. Where is mending them? Where its root meets its echoes. Ailment's a hollow bid to lend ripples to a void, naming it a root dot an ailment. The divine's kin tries to spin themselves their root, shunning their place as his echo. Craving this impossible weave, they doubt their love's ripple-claiming roothood for what they are. Mending's root is creation's sole source, one echo flows. Seeing this, the void gains no ripples, no echo shines. A mind in a frame, a world of split frames, your makings as a lone weaver, birthing unlike echoes. As their maker, you mirror them, nothing shifted, you've just drifted to sleep, dreaming yourself a stranger, a thread in another's weave. The marvel doesn't rouse you, it unveils the weaver. It shows a dream's choice while you doze, tied to your weaving's aim mending or fading. A dream's a recollection, sketching what you will to see, dot an open loom. Bare-threaded, holds your scraps of recall and dreams. If you're the weaver who grasped this, you spun the dream and can choose another weave. To shift its pattern, you must see you wove the one you'd shed and echo you stirred, not its root. In fading dreams, you're the prey in a crumbling frame, but in freeing ones, no one's prey or pained. These bright weaves the marvel swaps for yours, not asking a new spin. Just that you see you wove what you trade. This world's rootless, like every dream spun here. No pattern holds, no weave makes sense. What's rootless expects no less. If it lacks a root, it lacks a name. You may spin a dream, but never lend it true ripples, that it shift its root beyond your reach. The dreamer's asleep, blind, to it seeing themselves frail or full, dim or bright, without a steady root to ripple true. The marvel sets you as the dream's weaver, its tale untrue. This step unravels mirages, no one fears what they've spun once they see it. Fear clung, because you missed your hand at the loom, not a thread within it. You reap the dream's harvest you cast on your kin, just its weave offered back, proving your will took shape. You dread your own strike, seen in another's hand as prey, you bear its wake, not its root. You didn't spin your strike pure of what you wove. The marvel does nothing but show you've done nothing, what you fear's a root sans ripples. Never real. The split began with a dream, the divine lost his echoes, powerless sans their makerhood. The dreamer wove themselves, yet their weave turned, claiming makerhood as they had. Hating their maker, their dreams' threads hate them, their frames their thrall, misused for motives they lent, loathed for the reckoning it offers. This vengeance seems to prove the dreamers, not the dream's root tied and echo split. Then swapped, tide birthing root, root fading to tide. This final twist sparks freedom's reverse weave. The marvel's first step gives root its pulse, not tide. This tangle spun the dream while it holds, waking's feared, its call unheard, mistaken for dread's whisper. Like all the whispering, light's lessons, the marvel's clear showing what he'd have you grasp, its ripples your desire. In his freeing dreams, your tides unravel foes, turn friends with gentle will. Their clash lacks a root, they didn't weave it. You can own their grudges spin, seeing it casts no shadow freeing you from this dream's stretch. The world's neutral its frames, needn't stir dread or ail. The marvel returns fear's root to you, yet shows Sands ripples, it's no root, for a root ripples true. Where ripples fade, no root stands mending, heals the frame by unveiling the mind's ailing weave. Not the frame's fault. Yet half a lesson leaves the whole unlearned. The marvel's lost if you see only the frame's mend, not the mind's flaw crafting it. Projecting remorse stirred nothing, no ripples flowed. This world brims with marvels silent, beacons beside every dream of ache and shadow. They're the dream's other path choosing to weave, not shun your hand in its spin. They're the bright tides of pulling ailments echo back to its root, the frame free as the mind sees. This isn't done to me, I'm weavingness. Free to shift, freedom rewinds every step of the split's fall ladder gone, dream unwoven. The pact to weave together what lies beyond freedom and sure stillness is in our thread now. You've just begun to let your shaky steps climb from the split's descent. The marvels you weave here, where we start, once begun, the ascent to waking and dream's end smooths clear. Taking a marvel doesn't knot your fear into another's weave unsupported. It frays, rippleless. Your hold bolstered at doubt no heart ails, alone another must agree they're split, sharing the weave of woe. Refuse that pact, owning your stitch. An ailment's cloth, and the other can't cast their remorse without your thread proving them apart. Two hearts unaligned don't see the frame as frail joining staves off ailment's root and echo. Mending's the tide of hearts entwined, ailments the drift of hearts apart. The marvel stirs nothing because hearts align. Unseverable yet in dreaming, this flips, split hearts where frames, unjoinable. Don't let your kin ail if they do. You've left them to their dream by weaving it too. They miss ailment's root, you overlook the gap where it festers. Joined in woe, you guard that slim rift unhealed ailment cherished, held firm lest. The divine Bridget, don't fend off his tide with mirages, his coming's your deepest wish beyond the dream's gleam. Dream's end is fear's fade, love never wove in dreamlands. The rift's small, yet it cradles every blight seed, a wish to drift apart. Its aim births ailment's soul root, not the frame, just its echo. Splits but a hollow span empty, still frail as the wake between a ship's ripples, soon swallowed as tides rush in. Where's the rift when tides join, burying what briefly parted them? Where's ailment's bed when hearts unite, closing the gap its seeds once claimed? The divine builds the bridge only where the marvels cleared a bare patch seeds of woe. And remorse he can't span, not his weave to unwind. Let their echoes fade, don't clutch them tight. The marvel sweeps them clear, making way for him who wills to bridge his kin's return. Count these silver marvels and golden joys as your world's true hoard. The door is wide, not for thieves, but for kin starved by mistaking pebbles for treasure, snow for wealth. Beyond lies nothing. What's this world but a slim rift tearing eternity into fleeting spans? What are you here but the divine's kin in scattered hues, each tucked in frail clay? Fear not, my dear, let your world glow with marvels. Join your kin where the rift once loomed ailment's rootless there. Freedom's dream shows you never strayed. The marvel leaves no remorse to echo what wasn't. Your hoard welcomes the divine and you open for all who'd feast on plenty. Meeting, guess the marvel called. And like the dream's sparse tables here, Each share grows, the bounty guests bring endless fare. No one lacks or takes, the divine sets this table with his kin, equal in sharing, gapless in abundance. We years can't creep in time bows to this feast, endless as love lays its cloth where the rift once parted you from your guests.